We're here today to celebrate the wonderful life and the beautiful death of the JHS Superbolt. It's a fan favorite and one of my favorite drives ever, but we gotta kill it off. Gotta do a funeral later, and I kind of prepared.
Okay.
Mostly it is loss, which teaches us about the worth of things. Arthur Schopenhauer? Schopenhauer.
You got it.
And there's no better way to celebrate the death of a pedal than with a brand new limited release, the Tacobolt.
But Josh, what is the Tacobolt?
Understand the new Tacobolt, you have to understand the life and legacy of the now dead Superbolt. It started as a prototype in late 2011, maybe 2012. It's really hard to remember. Then we released this in 2012, which is the version 1. It has the 3-stage bolt with a stamp. There's no labeling on the knobs. I got a cease and desist from a person who owned the trademark to a 3-stage bolt. Didn't know that was possible. Changed it to 4-stage, and then we did the version with the red remote, which remotely activates the switch with an extra Littlefoot switch. And somewhere in this era, I sent you a gift.
It was so nice. It was just such a sweet thing to get in the mail.
We would do these hangouts during NAMM. There's like tacos and music. You, Adam Levy,
Yeah.
and you guys just play, we hang out. So I made one and put a taco icon and called it Tacobolt. Just fun.
Friends having fun.
Friends having fun.
Nothing
I don't
weird.
know when this was.
No.
Do you have any idea?
I want to say 2015. What I remember is you sent me the pedal, because I had been using the Superbolt on tour a bunch. I bought it like right when it came out. I was so excited because I loved Supro amps and I loved the idea. I bought one immediately and I used that forever. So it was a cool gift because I loved that pedal. These events were fun. Just lived on my desk for like a year.
Like a paperweight.
Yeah, and people would be like, what's that? I'm like, well, you know, it's very cool. At some point, I was on my way to a session and I didn't have my board, so it's kind of just grabbing pedals, and that one was there. I had never actually plugged it in. And finally, at some point, I went and did that session, and as soon as I plugged it in, I thought, like, what have I done? Like, I thought it was something else in the chain. And finally, I realized it was just the pedal itself. It was broken. I mean, that's it. That's the trick.
But you kept using it.
I used it for everything because it's not a bad broken sound. And you think of like how distortion even came about, you know, as a bad channel on a mixing board. Like Broken's done a lot of cool stuff.
Broken speakers, broken mixers.
We've worked with Broken.
Yeah.
We like Broken.
Rock and roll is broken.
Yeah.
What were things you were doing with this broken sound? Like, what are the sessions?
It might have been some of the Red Dead stuff with Woody Jackson.
So I've played Red Dead Redemption, one of my favorite games, and it may have this on it.
You shot me. You shot me pretty good.
I've always struggled with fuzzes in sessions because it ends up being a little too much to record with, but a broken overdrive is like, it gives you the texture of a fuzz, but it sits in the mix in a cool way, so it just ended up being like my sound for everything. I mean, it doesn't sound good, but it sounds cool, and it's a texture, and it sits in a mix in a cool way, and so many producers have like asked me to bring one, like Tony Berg always wants me to bring it to a session. I think they just want that.
They're hiring the pedal.
Yeah, that's what we're getting at here. I'm saying these out loud and I'm realizing my whole career is
So like, if you're
facade.
Batman, your bat belt, this is a thing. This is like the grappling hook of, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Has it been on a board, like on tour?
Oh yeah.
Because you do session work, a lot of touring, like.
All of, every tour I've been on, like the Jackson Brown tours, I've taken the Superbolt out.
So are you like playing like running on empty and like.
Yeah,
Literally?
100%. Yeah.
Crazy.
That's a loud stage and those are big amps.
Yeah.
There's a lot of volume there. That's where the Tacobolt really shines because it's now there's like this texture that just sits above the mix in such a cool way, and it's just a sound I'm comfortable with. I know how to get something cool out of this pedal now. I haven't plugged in a normal Superbolt since I've had this pedal?
What's happening in the pedal?
Do we actually know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we absolutely know. How I remember this piece, which is really funny, you sent me a message that was low-key panic. It was like, it's broken, but like I use it all the time and I'm scared to lose it. You overnighted it to me. And then my head engineer at the time, Cliff, he took it and we immediately kind of knew, I bet it didn't get biased and I bet it wasn't adjusted. It just got put out. When you're custom printing something, it kind of gets out of the order. So it just didn't go through testing, but it worked. He measured those. I ship it back. He died.
Oh my
He had
God,
a heart
yes.
attack.
R.I.P.
And I couldn't find the numbers. I couldn't find where he noted this. I have all of his notebooks.
But do you remember the other thing that happened when you shipped it back?
No.
It went to the house I didn't live in anymore.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah.
So we shipped it to the house you didn't live in.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get it back from this house.
It was really weird. They were not happy to see me.
And then I have you send it back again.
Yeah.
We get to the bottom personally. I make notes. I'm saving it, scanning it. I'm like making backup copies, get it back. So this Tacobolt, it's a story. No good story is a straight line. This is like, the Tacobolt was meant to be. So this is the original
That's
unit.
it.
Let's show it off here.
Aw.
It's just a Superbolt with a custom graphic, 1 of 1 on there. We put a
Your hand is so close to the gum. I'm so sorry.
there's hair in the gum. That's
Yeah.
even worse. So the thing that we're doing here is we're selling 500 of the Mesa Stoops signature Crazy Tacobolt. Here it is. The differences are pretty immediate. We just got rid of the switch
Yeah.
and the jack. It's pointless. You never use them.
Never.
You don't need it. And limitations are your best friend.
We love.
People need to understand that. And then there's a signature and a Tacobolt.
That's cute.
So this is the last parts we have for a Superbolt. So we took these parts, we've modified it to those specs. This is it. This is the funeral.
It's sad, but it's beautiful.
Like if we lived on the ocean, we would put the Superbolt in the water and like the Viking funeral
With
thing.
the
but
fire?
we don't. We're in the Midwest,
So you're just buried in the
weather,
alley.
Gray clouds, cows, milk. We have a lot of milk here.
I've heard about the milk.
We'll feed you some later. Are you lactose?
I'm gonna be.
Wait, are people lactose?
I am milk.
Just show us the sound.
Okay.
Show the
here's-
people.
This is dry. Not very in tune.
Yeah.
But this is the Tacobolt. And the way it kind of decays too is like, it's that dead battery, that like broken. There's just so much texture. It's just.
I love it. It is in a pedal form like the recipe for rock. I mean, you got like Bob Wills and the Playboys. When
Yeah.
you listen to that first recording ever, it's because they're turning these little amps up, and these amps are like ah.
What was that?
And then
Okay.
Rocket 88,
Yeah.
you know, the legend, they're on the highway, they're headed up to record, amp falls out,
Falls out
Sam
of the
Phillips
car.
shoves paper in the speaker or whatever.
Step in my rocket and don't be late, baby. We're pulling out about half past 8.
That's the sound of like broken.
Yeah.
It's in so much music.
That initial spirit of just like, wait, before we fix this, just listen for a second. Is
Yeah.
this kind of cool? Is this kind of inspiring? Like those moments, like you can't create that. You just happen upon them, and then you have to kind of like decide if you're gonna
Yeah.
be super cool about it or not.
Like, I'm so glad nobody fixed Rocket 88. I'm so glad nobody fixed the solo in Don't Worry, Marty Robbins. We wouldn't have fuzz. We wouldn't have...
best.
So you just get this pedal. Instead of going, where's the repair form? You went, what the crap here? And you just started using it.
I think that's
I
what I
love it.
said. I think I said.
I love it.
Yeah.
There's a lesson in there for us all. This is a funeral, but it's also a birth.
Yeah,
And it's the birth of a thing, but also an ideal.
a way of life, you could say.
A mantra. Or is it mantra?
I think it's mantra.
Mantra. It's the birth of a mantra. Mm-hmm. I drove an 81 mantra.
I remember that.
Trunk would never close.
Well,
How many do we have?
500, I think. It's been hard to even make that many. All the parts for Superbolts we discontinued, so we're like scrounging around the shop like little mice, the plural. Masons, little mason. The parts are being gotten and we're making them. 500 of them.
that's it.
So don't buy it if you don't need it.
There's not gonna be more to it.
But if you're hearing this and you go, that beautiful broken sound will make me whole, buy it.
Buy it.
Don't buy it though.
Or do.
If you flip it though, I'm gonna kill you.
You shot me.
A normal human being does not want the kingdom of heaven. He wants life on earth to continue. George Orwell.
George said that.
It's an Orwellian quote.
Is he still alive?
He died in 84.
I didn't even know he was sick.
Belle, can I have the cadaver? Abracadaver.
Okay.
Let's bury this thing, because with every death is a new life. JHS Superbolt, one of my favorite drives ever.
I bought it like right when it came out. I loved Supro amps and I loved the idea.
Wait, are people lactose? Amen.
As the Lord of Petals has said, you have given and you have taken away. From dust we have come, and to dust we shall return. Joshua Heath Scott, would you like to say any words?
Tell your friend that in his death, a part of you dies and goes with him. Wherever he goes, you go. Jiddu somebody, I can't say the last name, but it's kind of like that Gilmore Girls song, where you go, I will follow.
Beautiful.
It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but retire a little from sight and afterwards return again. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Ralph said that?
Ralph said that. A couple more. These are important to me. Thanks for bearing with me. Death comes to all, but great achievements build a momentum which shall endure until the sun grows cold. Ralph Waldo Emerson again. The hour of departure has arrived, and we go our separate ways. I to die, you to live. Which of these two is better? Only God knows. Socrates. One more. Every rose has its thorn. Poison.
Well, you hungry?
Starving.
Awesome. Let's get something to eat.
Yeah, what do you want?
Tacos?
Yeah, there's a really good place down the street.
Great.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, they're wet.
It's wet. Is yours dripping?
100%, yeah.